This is the Mandalorian. Where are they now? With Carl Weathers stating this looks to have at least 4 seasons long. They're already starting to film season 3. Here are my ideas for where the Mandalorian characters are when this series is complete, with the idea that it ends at season 4. My goal is to come back to this in 2 years and see how accurate I am. Can I be at least 30% correct? I mean, that's a Hall of Famer in baseball. I feel like that's pretty successful. Here's my spoiler warning, although we won't know if it's a spoiler until the future, when it won't be a spoiler any longer. Regardless, here we go. Before we get going, this is an advertisement from our sponsor, Ornery Dachshund Brewing Company, established 2020. When you need a brew, kick your paws up and enjoy an Ornery Dachshund brew. I've been told if you'd like to chew your hops, this is the beer for you. Let's start with the minor characters here with Berg, Mayfield, and Xian. Obviously, we haven't seen them since season 1 when they were locked up. Prediction is we will see them in either season 3 or 4, not season 2. We could see a breakout or released. I don't know what their issues are with the rebellion, but we could see them being released. I feel like season 1, the episode foreshadowed to some degree a future. So I feel like we will see them in seasons 3 or 4. Now, granted, there's no prediction for me on if they die or not. They probably will get imprisoned again or die. Here we go with my role. The taxi driver. That's at least what I'm gonna say. I think he's gonna be dead by the series finale. I actually think he may be dead in season 2, depending on how season 2 ends up. That is my prediction: is season 2 death. Dr. Pershing is a minor character here, although I could see this being a major character at some point. He is the child's doctor. I believe he will 100% be killed by the Empire. I clarify Empire and not First Order, but more to come on that First Order piece. Side note, he is the first character in Star Wars with glasses somehow. The babysitter. Now, we've seen her in season 1 and season 2. I believe she'll still be alive with her wonderful droids and, I guess, charismatic or hilarious droids. I'm hopeful. I actually do like her character, contrary to what others may think. She may make another appearance with a teenage Groot. I mean, a teenage Baby Yoda. If Baby Yoda does end up growing up, I could definitely see her reacting. I would like to see her reacting to that transition there, perhaps ignoring her and playing video games or something, just like we saw Baby Groot do in Infinity War. We're gonna go to the Mandalorian section here. So we have Casca, or aka WWF fighter, and Axe Wolves, which actually he's got a very interesting story. I'll probably link it in the description. I found one of his articles very interesting on how he got his name and his background, but I digress. I believe since we don't see any Mandalorians in the sequel trilogy, they'll die in battle against the Empire in some capacity. Now, that the episode that these two were in is up there, I think, in quality and entertainment. So hopefully they're back for more. I mean, I'm hopeful that they are back for another couple episodes. The armor. Now, this is maybe a little strange to see her in the presentation here. And I myself was a little timid on putting her in here. Because we kind of have the idea that she died in season 1. Now, her voice was in season 2. I myself am actually thinking she's alive. I think she'll make another appearance in some capacity and get together with other Mandalorians. Maybe have a ornery dachshund brew or something of that nature. Time will tell. Bo-Katan. Now, again, that episode in The Mandalorian was one of my favorites that we've had so far. Very action-packed. I think that was Bryce Howard, Dallas Howard? I forget her full name, but I think she did an excellent job in directing that. That was up there. Like I mentioned with Casca and Axe, I feel like she has to die in some way in the series. Now, how? I think to the hands of the Empire. Again, I would love to see a fight with the Darksaber battle, because obviously that's what we're aiming for, and we're going to see that. That we have to see that. If we're foreshadowing anything, we're going to see the Darksaber again here shortly, I think. Here we are with Cara Dune. If I didn't finish the last 2 minutes of episode 12 of The Mandalorian, I would have said she ended up being the Marshal on Navarro for forever. However, I did finish watching episode 12 of The Mandalorian, and she will not end up being the Marshal on Navarro. She will join the Resistance. Now, obviously, we are seeing Rebellion introduced in this series, but I believe we're going to see the transition between Rebellion and Resistance. I think she gets into the Resistance. I don't think we'll hear from her after that. I don't think we'll see her death. I don't think we'll see her success. I think once she joins Resistance, that's it. Hot take. Woo! Apollo Creed will die. I definitely feel like we're going to see him die in some capacity. I don't think it's season 2. It could be season 2. I don't see him lasting season 4. Now, granted, he is the Carl Weathers is the one that has reported that there's at least 4 seasons. Does that mean he's in season 4? I don't think so. I think we're going to see a pretty good death. Now, it's kind of crazy. We have the 2 images here on the right, since both of those characters died in the respected movies. And I feel like we're going to get the same here. So we'll see. I think we'll see it with. I think his death is going to come from Moff Gideon, and I don't think it's going to be from a stormtrooper order. I think it's going to be from Moff Gideon. Ahsoka Tano. Now, we have not seen her yet. She will be in the series. I don't think there is a doubt. If this video that is being recorded right now comes out before season 2, episode 5 of The Mandalorian, she'll appear in that episode. That is my take. If anybody's watching after this episode came out, which, more than likely you are, I'm hope I'm right. If you could see me, I'm winking. I hope I'm right. How will she end up in the series, though? Like, where are we now with Ahsoka? She's not gonna last after season 4. She was not mentioned in the sequel trilogy. However, so I have to add an asterisk right there. She was when she was voice coaching Rey. So this is easy. She dies before at least Rey is introduced in this whole Star Wars series. Do we get to see her become a Force ghost in the series? I don't know. It'd be interesting. I don't know if it would take away from the Mandalorian lore or if it just adds to it. I'm not sure. I'm kind of hoping that we get to see that, but we'll see. Boba Fett, Captain Rex / other clone. I am still not 100% sold, sure that is Boba Fett. Now, are we supposed to think that is Boba Fett? Yeah, we are. We are. I mean, you get the armor. That was in episode 1. Or sorry, episode 9. I apologize. Episode 1 of season 2, which is episode 9 of the series. But so we have the Boba Fett armor. Does he escape? Maybe. Honestly, I hope not. I say that, but there's rumors out there of a Boba Fett series. I just don't want to be in the scenario where I really enjoy The Mandalorian, and then here comes another Mandalorian series with Boba Fett only, a mini series or whatever is rumored, and I don't think I can be disappointed per se with the visuals and everything. But do I need that? No. I could have lived the rest of my life and just thinking Boba Fett died with a faulty gear, but we'll see. Now I have Rex in here, Captain Rex. This is a sweet image here that's showing on the presentation. I found this today, and it's pretty solid. Now I think clones. I don't know if Captain Rex could be still alive, period. With the aging, etc., that could happen, and the same with the other clones. But could this be a Captain Rex just out there by himself? I don't know if Ahsoka could desert him, but I'm kind of hopeful this is not Boba, so that's why I have the others on here. If it is Rex or other clone, they 100% will die. If it's Boba Fett, he will not die. No, I'm gonna change my mind. If it's Boba Fett, he'll die as well. Maybe we'll see a huge ass Mandalorian fight. Mandalorian versus Empire. Maybe a few Jedi too, but man, that'd be I don't know. It seems like too much for the series. The main villain, Moff Gideon, with his Lego Star Wars TIE Fighter. That is pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie. I think there's three options here. Number 1, death by the Darksaber. Hopeful that's actually the one. It's pretty self-explanatory. I don't know who would hold it. I don't know if it is Bo. I don't know if it's Mando. Or it could be a person that has not appeared and will not appear in this presentation. But Could it be Sabine Wren in the end? I don't know. I don't. He's not going to die in season 2. I think he'll last a while. I think he's played excellently. I think he's an excellent a villain in this series. I think option 2 is death by Snoke, and I say that because I think we saw a glimpse of that in the episode 11 with the chambers there. Spoiler alert. I already gave a spoiler alert, so never mind. I take that back. I do apologize to Adrian for mentioning Snoke. But it is possible that maybe we get to see the complete introduction to Snoke, and rather than being led astray in the sequel trilogy. And then I think option 3 is a death in his capital ship, like other Moffs have died. Now, will I be disappointed? Yeah, I will be. But at the same time, I won't be, because it's such a Star Wars death scene with a Moff dying in their capital ship. You almost have to think that it's a very good possibility of that happening. Either way, he does not live past this series, so I guess I feel like that I'm 100% confident in that. So let's put some money down. Let's go to Vegas. We have Din Mando. His ship does not make it. There's no way it can make it. How many times does he get that ship repaired? Goodness sakes, that thing's got to blow up in some capacity. That's off script, by the way. That I just saw the image of his ship, and there's no way the Razor Crest makes it out 4 seasons in this. Man, I can't believe it's made it this far. My positive, I think the best case scenario is we see him retire on the farming planet. Can or will he retire and rest there before he dies? Will we see a baby Mando with Omera, or however you pronounce her name, holding her or him as the final scene of The Mandalorian in 2022? Is that a possibility? Honestly, I would not be upset with the ending, even though it might be a little cliche of like a sunset of Mando holding a baby in the very end. I think that's the best case. I think an alternative is, I think the only alternative really is him dying protecting the child. Now, I have a lot of issues with this character, like being definitive in this character's death, because the series is named The Mandalorian, right? It's kind of hard for me to think, man, he's gonna die. He's gonna die before the end of the series. How can you do that besides if you maybe he's not the Mandalorian? But I mean, we are halfway through season 2. I feel like he is the Mandalorian that we are expecting to see here. So I think the 2 options are he's able to get away to the farming, back to the farming location, get with the woman that wants him, or him dying protecting Baby Yoda. So we are at the next and final individual in this presentation here, the child. Death. He dies. I'm just kidding. There's no possible way that Baby Yoda dies. Not after the success of, look at this graph that is not even close to being accurate. Look at this graph that we put in here. I mean, sales are off the charts. If you go anywhere, you see the Baby Yoda. I mean, my child loves the Baby Yoda. My wife loves the Baby Yoda. They don't give a rip about Star Wars, But, they'll watch The Mandalorian just to see that cute face just look at you with the ears moving. I mean, this is the most adorable creature that has ever been on a TV. Hot take. Most adorable. He can't peace out now. I am curious, and I don't know if we'll ever get this, but I'm hopeful we are, to hear what Jon Favreau, I don't know how to pronounce his name, had in mind regarding the child before the release of season 1. Did he expect this to be such... I mean, this is a wave. I mean, people that don't watch Star Wars know who the child is, know who Baby Yoda is. Maybe even own Baby Yoda, because look at it. I mean, I have the Baby Yoda. So, I mean, I want to know, what were the original plans for Baby Yoda? Was he supposed to make it past season 2? Now, I say that because I think by the time season 1 was released, it was... they were already started filming season 2. So, I believe they had plans for at least season 2. However... what were the plans, completely? What were the complete plans for the baby Yoda? I mean, the child, is it supposed to last 4 years? Did plans change based on merchandise sales? Did Kathleen say, listen, we can't kill this kid? I mean, I can't see a way after all of this to watch him die by the Darksaber. I can't even say it with a straight face. Like, that sounds ridiculous to think about. You can't see him dying. It's not a hospital, but in the bed donating his M cells or the midichlorian counts. I mean, you can't see him dying there. I can't see him killed as a baby. Now, that's why I mentioned before about the babysitter. Like, could we see him dying as a teenager? Sure. Yeah, I could see it. It'd be interesting, since we have zero knowledge of this species. We have 2 of these species, and we don't really get much from them. I mean, Yoda obviously became a Force ghost. The other, I have no idea. I assume she died and was killed by stormtroopers or clone troopers in Order 66. But I can't see him being a Jedi Padawan. There's no mention of him in the sequel. Again, I'm reaching back to the sequel, the sequel series, the trilogy. There's no mention of any other Jedi besides the ones that were introduced, pushing Rey in the end of that. There's no mention of other Jedi. So does he get back to his own kind? The main goal of the series. Maybe. I mean, what's going to happen? Are we going to see a bunch of baby? Can you imagine if we get to see 100 Yodas, baby Yodas, mama Yodas, daddy Yodas? I mean, what is going to happen? That is going to be the most popular episode, period. I mean, how can you go wrong with that? Is Star Wars listening right now? Because, man, again, just off the top of my head, let's do it. Let's just get a whole family. I mean, just a whole planet full of Yodas. I just want to see a bunch of babies just looking at you with different faces, eating frogs, maybe some frog eggs. I don't know. I'm getting crazy here. Or does he end up being lost in space like Ezra and Thrawn? That was my original. If we didn't see the last episode here, which is 11, which shows clones such as Snoke, and the M count, I honestly would have went with the Ezra Thrawn route, where Baby Yoda was used as a navigator. It does not look to be the case. It looks like he is supposed to be a clone, used as fuel for a clone, to add to M counts, such as Snoke. We have to, if he dies in this series, he has to be an adult, teenager, adult. There's no way the kid's killed as a child. I gotta stop because I'm gonna keep going. I mean, there's more that could be in this where, we're only halfway through season 2. There are going to be other characters here that will be main characters. I mean, there is a legit chance that we see other Jedi. Will we see Sebastian Stan as Luke Skywalker? That would be sweet. And will we see the formation of the First Order? So we might see cameos there, I have to look at the timelines, but is there a chance we see like Phasma? I think maybe we see baby Kylo. I mean, could we see Captain Han Solo carrying baby Ben? I mean, baby Ben and baby Yoda at the same time, man. Whew, my heart's racing just because of it. Anyway, I'm gonna end it here. I would love to hear some feedback on this. Obviously some hot takes. Obviously some cold takes. Hopefully I'm semi right here. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time. Thanks.